right. So next movie is Night and Day. Ben, what's that about?
Night and Day is Tom Cruise.
I'm familiar with him.
Yeah, he's an action star. He's an actor. He's been around a little bit. I want to bet on Tom Cruise's age, by the way.
47?
Under 48. He's 47. He turns 48 next month. Nice job.
Well done.
Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz, he plays a secret agent of some sort with an unknown agency, and he's got a hold of a really good Duracell battery, like one of the best, like a D, with a lot of life. And other agency people want to get it and get him, and in the meantime, Cameron Diaz is an unwitting civilian who comes into the spell under the trap of this, and then they drive on motorcycles and have enormously long chase scenes while Tom Cruise is surprisingly witty.
I want to talk about this guy. Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Excuse me.
He was like some sort of secret agent or something. No, okay.
Hi, June. Maybe I didn't make it clear enough, but we're gonna have to stick together.
I'm sorry, who are you?
This is the guy.
I'm the guy. The guy. I'm the guy. Yes. For your own
listen,
safety,
whatever happens.
please stay in the booth.
What are you talking about?
Oh, everybody get down. No one follows us, or I kill myself and then her. Rodney! Rodney! Shot you through and through. No bone, nowhere near the femoral artery. It's all good.
Probably get a promotion.
You good?
Some people are gonna come looking for you now.
They'll tell you I'm mentally unstable, violent, and dangerous. It'll all sound very convincing.
I'm already convinced.
Till a week ago, Roy Miller was the most trusted covert agent in the world.
What happened a week ago?
Full-blown break with reality. Why didn't he kill you?
I think he liked me.
Hey, June! It's a beautiful dress!
All right. I thought I was going to jank up the score on this one, but I'm not sure I did. So, Ben, what'd you think?
Well, as I said, he's not just witty, he's incredibly charming. He's got that, Christy and I talked about it afterwards, he's got that Tom Cruise sparkle. Like you watch this and you think, that guy's a movie star. Like you forget. And then there are all these great lines in there that you saw just in the, they're like, he's mentally unstable. And he's like, I'm the guy. And then there's the line about, he was the most trusted agent, but now there's been a full-blown break with reality. Like, I think those are all like, that's what we all thought about Tom Cruise. And I think that ability to sort of wink at that and acknowledge that that's what people thought about him, I think it works. I think that, I don't care about the action sequences so much, but I thought they were okay. And I thought he was incredibly charming. And I thought their chemistry was good enough, and James Mangold directed this, right?
Yes, another random entry in the James Mangold filmography.
He's a real director.
Yeah, he's a real director. He did like Girl Interrupted and Walk the Line, which were good, and then Kate and Leopold, which sucked.
And then the remake of the Glenn Ford 3:10 to Yuma.
Which was really good.
Which was good, yeah.
So this is in the random kind of entry in that whole list there.
So you're with Ben, bedazzling?
No, I had a really good time. And he's charismatic as hell. He flashes that sexy smile. He has that presence about him. But yet he's toying with the idea that maybe he's a little nuts. And he's completely calm and like abidingly courteous in these crazy, stressful moments. Whereas, the average mortal would freak out. Cameron Diaz freaks out. But yeah, they're cute together. I mean, you can't tell the way it's shot that she would tower over him in real life. They're kind of cute together. I had fun. Having said that, the romance is totally unnecessary. Like, there could have just been a nice bit of romantic tension, like banter, flirty banter, and there would have still been, I think, as much at stake for the potential that there might be between them.
Totally
They did not. She falls for him way too fast. And I don't buy it.
No, I'm not buying what you're saying.
Okay.
No, I thought the romance was great. I thought that was one of the best parts of the movie. I loved their relationship, their characters, and what are they going to do? Not fall in love? That's crazy.
There's the potential that they could be attracted to each other, but she's like, the second she sees him, she's in love with him. And even though he might be a rogue agent, he might be nuts, I don't know. It was too fast
because he
for
was
me.
a charming dude. I mean, I've had that situation where I charmed the pants off somebody on a plane. It could happen.
And then landed the plane in a cornfield.
Okay, I was going to leave that part out, but now you outed me.
It's in the trailers.
No, I'm saying you outed me because I did
sorry.
that.
You have skills.
Now, here's the thing. I'm super tired of action movies. I'm exhausted by them. Okay, they do
Unless
the car
they
chase.
have like an overstated dramatic line that's incredibly sort of manipulative, then you're in.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to release the Kraken, then
Right.
obviously I'm in. I mean, there's bounds of reason to this thing, right? But that's campy. That's fun, right? Whereas this, please, motorcycle named Cameron Diaz, who is apparently an average citizen by the end of the movie, is like flipping around on the motorcycle, like.
But that's part of the joke. Part of the joke is the impossibility of it, and like the time period in which they jump from like what, the Alps to Spain and back to the U.S. again. That's part of the gag, is that he drugs her. And giant chunks of time are gone, and then poof, she's in a whole different country wearing different clothes. And like the impossibility of the action is part of the fun.
Right. If you sort of try to take it seriously, it'll be a catastrophe. And that they set up in the beginning, they say to you, don't take this seriously. Like you have to, I think the critics who don't like it, it's almost like, and I was on a radio show yesterday with a critic who didn't like it. And I don't think he got it, which is acceptable, but I don't think he bought in the beginning that the whole time they're winking. Because he was complaining about the improbability of it, which I frequently buy.
And that's the point.
That's the point.
But it's also really well made. It's really fluid and moves really well, I think.
There's no question about that. Obviously, it's not supposed to be realistic. I mean, all the different things he does. I'm just literally like tired of all the time it takes up to do all the action scenes. I don't mind the killing. I always enjoy the killing. You know, like, so when he's on the plane and he does da-da-da and then smashing him the head.
That was good stuff on the plane.
There's a high body count in this movie. And they're very casual about it.
Right.
It's just
which is part of the fun
right,
too.
but when you're on the streets and the motorcycle chase and the cars spin out and it hits the other guy.
No. Here's the thing. If they never did another car chase in another movie for the rest of the time, I'd be thrilled. Okay, so you remove that, then I don't mind the action as much. So now, that being said, it's funny. I mean, you know, if you want an action movie, and you like action movies, and you like a little winking, etc., you're going to go see this movie, right? I mean, it's a solid movie. Now, Cameron Diaz, she's good in it, so I feel bad because I'm about to say something controversial and terrible, but she's just not attractive enough anymore. Oh my God! I know it's outrageous.
Is it because she's 37 years old?
No,
is that why?
No, she was only beautiful in Mask and has never really been there since.
Really?
I thought, right?
Being John Malkovich.
So I thought it was a
joke.
I don't know. I denounce and reject myself because it's not an acceptable point to make. I'm just trying to keep it real. Like I thought, you need someone a little hotter there.
Who do you want? Jessica Biel?
No,
Your go-to action gal?
No,
bounce
but
a quarter off her ass and get 2 dimes and a nickel? Is that what you want?
No. I don't know who I want there, but you know, and it's not
don't
that
know
she
why
did a
that's
bad job of acting.
I don't know why that's a compliment.
What?
To bounce a quarter off her ass, get 2 dimes.
She's been to the gym.
I know, but why was it be good to bounce a quarter off her ass and get 3 smaller coins? I don't know.
Because that's how tight it is.
Yeah, but
Okay,
I don't-
wait.
I still don't. I don't know.
Hold on. I thought I was getting 2 dimes back. I get 3 dimes back.
2 dimes.
2 dimes. In it.
2 so where'd the nickel go?
I said the
She
nickel
said
too.
2
I
dimes
said
in a
that
nickel.
too.
You're not
Oh,
losing money in the deal.
Oh,
I can
okay,
do
wait a
math.
minute.
Even
'cause
though
was
I'm right,
still
I can do math.
Okay. Anyway, now that I've said that unacceptable thing, I liked it overall, and I gave it a 7. You know, it's just but you have to buy into it. Like you have to want to see an action movie, and you have to understand it's of course not realistic, and they're winking at you the whole time, and enjoy that. If you do, then you'll really like it because I think that's about as good as they can make a movie like that.
Yeah, I thought I liked it a lot. I had a really good time, and I thought, you know, Cameron Diaz, people love her. I like her fine. It's Tom Cruise's movie. He's delightful. The fact that he sort of stays calm through this chaos works. This is him being really, really good. You did a great piece, top 5 best Tom Cruise movies
thank you.
For the AP that you can find online. I disagree with it a little bit. That's the whole point. I just would have found a place to put A Few Good Men. But
That's Jack Nicholson's movie in a lot of ways.
I don't think
I
you know,
almost put it in there.
You know, I just saw it again. He's barely in it, Nicholson. He's there in the beginning. He's there in the end. I would have said that, but now I think it's Tom Cruise's movie. I just would have put it in.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
after I
the
read that
fun of
article,
it.
I thought,
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Well, that's the
That
fun
was
of the
Christy
list, though,
for
is
you.
that you always
Right,
leave
that's-
something out.
No, and that's the
That's
whole
the
point of the
fun.
argument. People are supposed to argue. I liked it. I thought he was incredibly charming. I was among those who thought he was nuts. He might still be nuts. I guess he is, but he's a heck of a movie star.
Yeah,
And
he was
very
really good.
charming. I also gave it a 7.
okay, that's
Well,
pretty.
I'm lower than you guys here, even though I had a great time because I have a huge problem with the action. Not the action, I'm sorry, the romance. And I hate the ending. I think the ending is too cute and too
Yeah.
pat. So I'm 6.5. So I'm a little bit lower than you guys, but I had fun.
Not many movies with a lead character named Roy. I like that too. You don't get a lot
It's a
of.
random thing to like as usual.
It's
with
like
that.
Larry. You don't see a lot of Larrys. You don't see a lot of Roys.
Larry's the comical character. There's
Larry's
never
funny,
a serious Larry. Yeah.
But who names a guy Roy? I like that right off the bat.
Yeah, all right, okay, I can live with that. So we all like different parts of it. You know, I like the romance, etc. But overall, we all seem to like it. And Christy down the score as she usually does, still gave it a 6.5, which is
As I usually
amazing
do.
for Christy. That's like a 13.5.
I
So
like
the overall
Get Rid of the
score is a
Greek.
6.8.
I give Get Rid of the Greek a 9. I
you
don't
did.
hate everything.
And,
Let's be honest.
And
And by the way, when I heard that, it made me want to go see the movie.
Okay.
I was like, wow,
And
it must be serious.
The romance, by the way, was all promotion wise, because if you watch the girl channels, your Bravos, that's the promotion part of it in there, not so much the action part, but the Cameron Diaz and Tom Cruise.
As opposed to the incessant ads on ESPN with
Right.
like the exploding sport
Right,
utility
exactly.
vehicles.
Yeah,
different-
and by the way,
different
if you haven't seen any of the trailers or commercials for it, don't, because they're giving away a lot of the lines. You'll enjoy the lines better if you don't see it. That's just my general note. All right, we're done for today. You know, you could podcast the show on theyoungturks.com, so that's always an option for you guys. And then we are off next week as the 4th of July, so gosh, golly gee willikers, we're going to have to miss Twilight. So that sucks. But
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Oh, you're going to do that? Okay. All right,
2.
so- 2. There it is.
supposed to be
A
better.
preemptive strike
I
on
haven't
Twilight.
seen it.
It supposedly is better than the first two.
Oh, okay. 2.
I haven't seen any of it. I did want to see that
No,
guy turn into
you
a
can't,
dog.
You
but-
can't rate a movie before you've seen it. It might be very good. New
Of
director,
course.
who knows?
Of course. And then when we come back, we will do Despicable Me in the week after. So everybody look forward to that. We'll see you next time on What the Flick. If you don't go to netflix.com/TYT to get your free trial membership, this is what you'll be saying soon.
I regret it. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. That was just my mistake and my bad. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Go to netflix.com/TYT and get your free trial membership.